Welcome back to the podcast. If you're someone who's struggled with stress, worry, or overwhelming feelings of anxiety, you're not alone. We've all been there at some point, especially in the fast-paced, demanding world we live in today. But here's the good news: anxiety doesn't have to control your life. There are science-backed ways to reduce it, and in today's episode, we're diving deep into exactly how you can start taking control of your anxiety, right now. So, grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's get started. What is anxiety? Before we dive into the strategies for reducing anxiety, let's first understand what anxiety is. According to the DSM-5, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 5th edition, anxiety is more than just stress or worry. It's a complex emotional experience, often accompanied by physical symptoms like rapid heartbeat, shortness of breath, and even dizziness or nausea. Now, here's the thing: anxiety is a natural part of being human. It's an emotional and physical response to perceived threats or stressors. Back in the day, anxiety helped our ancestors survive dangerous situations, think fight or flight when faced with wild animals or extreme danger. But in today's world, anxiety tends to be triggered by more subtle threats, work deadlines, relationship issues, or even just worrying about what's coming next. And while it's a normal response to stress, when anxiety becomes chronic or overwhelming, it can significantly affect your quality of life. Common signs of anxiety in adults. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if my anxiety is something I need to address? Here are some common signs: physical symptoms: increased heart rate, shallow breathing, tight muscles, headaches, stomach aches, dizziness, or even trouble sleeping. Cognitive symptoms: racing thoughts, a constant feeling of worry, or difficulty concentrating. You might feel like you're always on edge. Behavioral symptoms: avoiding certain situations or places, withdrawing from social interactions, or relying on unhealthy coping mechanisms like alcohol or food. If these symptoms sound familiar, don't worry. We're about to go over some proven, practical techniques that can help you regain control and reduce anxiety. Why is it important to address anxiety? Many adults live with anxiety on a daily basis, but they may not realize how much it's affecting their overall health. Long-term anxiety can lead to a variety of physical and mental health problems, including sleep disorders. Anxiety can cause insomnia or poor quality sleep, which, in turn, can make anxiety worse. Depression. Persistent anxiety can often lead to or coexist with depression, creating a cycle that's difficult to break. Chronic health issues. Increased stress and anxiety have been linked to heart disease, digestive problems, and even a weakened immune system. So, tackling anxiety head-on isn't just about feeling better mentally, it's also about improving your physical health and overall well-being. Mindfulness and breathing techniques. Okay, let's get into the good stuff: practical strategies you can use to reduce anxiety. First up, let's talk about mindfulness and breathing. Mindfulness is a technique rooted in the practice of staying present in the moment, rather than getting caught up in past regrets or future worries. The goal is to focus your attention on your current experience, whether that's your breath, the sensations in your body, or the environment around you. One of the most effective mindfulness techniques is deep breathing. Here's a simple exercise that you can do anywhere. Step 1. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Step 2. Hold the breath for a count of 7. Step 3. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 8. Try to do this for a few minutes, and you'll likely feel your anxiety begin to lessen. The reason this works is because deep breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body responsible for rest and digest. When we breathe deeply and slowly, our body receives a signal that it's safe to relax. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. Let's move on to another powerful strategy, cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. CBT is one of the most effective and evidence-based treatments for anxiety, according to numerous psychological studies and mental health professionals. Here's the core idea: our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are all interconnected. Often, we experience anxiety because we have distorted or irrational thoughts that make situations seem far worse than they actually are. CBT works by helping you identify these distorted thoughts, called cognitive distortions, and replacing them with more balanced, realistic ones. For example, if you have a big presentation coming up and you're thinking, "I'm going to mess up and embarrass myself," CBT helps you challenge that thought. You could ask yourself, what evidence do I have that I'll mess up? Have I done well in similar situations before? By reframing your thoughts, you can significantly reduce the anxiety surrounding them. Exercise and physical activity. You might be thinking, how can exercise possibly help with anxiety? Well, the science backs it up. Physical activity is one of the most effective ways to reduce anxiety and stress. When you exercise, your body releases endorphins, which are natural mood elevators. Exercise also reduces the level of stress hormones, like cortisol, in your body. Plus, it helps regulate your sleep patterns, improves self-esteem, and provides a natural way to take your mind off anxious thoughts. You don't have to do anything extreme. Even a brisk walk around the block, a few minutes of yoga, or some light stretching can have a huge positive impact on your mental well-being. Sleep and rest. Speaking of physical health, let's talk about sleep. Anxiety and sleep problems often go hand in hand. When you're anxious, your mind races, and it can be incredibly difficult to fall asleep or stay asleep. Getting enough rest is crucial for managing anxiety. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. Here are some tips to help you get better rest. Set a consistent sleep schedule. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Create a calming bedtime routine. This could include reading, taking a warm bath, or practicing relaxation exercises. Avoid screens before bed. The blue light from phones, tablets, and computers can interfere with your sleep, so aim to turn off screens at least 30 minutes before you hit the hay. When you get enough sleep, your brain is better equipped to handle stress and anxiety. Social connection and support. Humans are social creatures, and connecting with others can significantly reduce feelings of anxiety. When you're feeling anxious, it can be tempting to isolate yourself, but that can actually make things worse. Having a support system, whether that's friends, family, or a therapist, can help you feel understood, validated, and less alone in your struggles. If you're feeling overwhelmed, don't hesitate to reach out for support. Whether it's having a chat with a close friend, joining a support group, or seeking professional help, the act of connecting with others is incredibly beneficial for mental health. You have the power to manage your anxiety. Okay, so we've covered a lot today. From understanding what anxiety is, to practical, science-backed strategies to reduce it. The key takeaway is this: anxiety doesn't have to control your life. By implementing these techniques, mindfulness, CBT, exercise, good sleep habits, and social support, you can significantly reduce your anxiety and start living a more peaceful, balanced life. Remember, it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to take things one step at a time. Don't expect instant results. Anxiety management is a journey, and every small step you take makes a big difference. Thanks for tuning in today. If you found this episode helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with anyone who might benefit from these tips. We'd love to hear about your journey in managing anxiety, so feel free to leave us a comment or send us a message. Until next time, take care of yourself and remember, you've got this.